Barry John Keane to come on. So they are fairly well versed in the subs. Now there is a doubt about the fitness of us.
Spirit and with a smile on his face.
We mentioned earlier on, Colin, the fact that so many of these Kerry players, odd for Kerry, who are making their debut in this year's All-Ireland final. Take that day that you played your first All-Ireland and that feeling which Donegal, and OK, they've been here 2 years ago, but that feeling of that run out, that rush as you run out onto the field on the big day.
Yeah, well, I think it was a bit different for a crowd of us, myself, and not many fellas now going to leave the team. So sometimes, you know...
Fair share of All-Ireland finals. What's it like now, approaching it as a manager?
Yeah, it's great. It's great that it's finally here now, Joanne. There's been a lot of anticipation over the last couple of weeks, so it's great that it's finally here and we're in Croke Park now and we're ready to go to work.
And I think probably added pressure more so than usual on the two managers. It's all been talk and how this could be won on the sideline.
Yeah, look, I mean, you know, we're realistic to know that it's the players that are going to win the game. At this stage, there's very little that we can control. You know, the work is done on the training pitch. The lads are ready to go and we trust them to, you know, to finish the job for us.
You'll get nervous?
I suppose, you know, there's a wee element of that, but I think from my own point of view anyway, the preparation's the key thing, and our preparations have gone really well. Looking forward to the game. We know what's ahead of us, obviously. A team with unbelievable pedigree at this level, and they expect to win All-Ireland, so we have to try and overcome that as well as the football match. But as I say, we've prepared really well. You know, everybody's in good form, and we have a beautiful day, so we're looking forward to the match.
Two lads fully convinced that their side is going to win. There's what it's all about, Kieran Whelan. You had a look at it close up here in the studio a little bit earlier on, but...
You're a low dog.
I just said but. I didn't say any more. Did I say any more?
You know, listen, both lads very confident in their own county's ability, but I think one of the crucial areas, Michael, in this game...
Ian, that's well within what they normally do. It's a 19-man game for Donegal, and any one of them can play at any time, so it's not a surprise to them.
All right, well, Oakland here, and Michael G. Higgins is here for football's big day and ready to meet the teams. So let's hand back to Ger for the moment.
Shock to Donegal then. The referee today is Eddie Kinsella from Laois, introducing his linesmen. And they are Marty Duffy and Paulie Hughes with Rory Hickey on sideline duty. And then the umpire is Arthur O'Connor. But this is what they've trained for. Not long to go now before we'll know where that cup is going to be destined for at 5 o'clock. We're set for the start of the 127th All-Ireland football final.
Interesting because Kieran Whelan, we've seen this, and we've seen it in the hurling final. People had all sorts of ideas the way the tactics of that game was going to work out. We've seen it in football finals over the last couple of years. You know, you think all these tactics are going to happen. In the hurling final, just trying to...
The game, the dynamic of the game, and momentum and the psychological advantage is used coming into the closing stages. But I think, looking at this, I don't disagree with Joe in terms of the system that Donegal bring. If they do...
Motion, the 2014 All-Ireland football final, a tantalising prospect, and a first ever, of course, Kerry Donegal final. The setting is purple, is likewise. Referee Eddie Kinsella from Laois is preparing himself. It's Kerry who won the toss. They play from left to right on the first half. Pretty much a perfect day for football. Watching get the match underway. So away we go. And straight away it's Kerry getting the opening possession. Up as far as Donegal Walsh. Stephen O'Brien now. One of those playing in the first All-Ireland football. Stephen O'Brien started the last attack on the right wing. Here he is popping up on the left, ready to try and kick it in. It's going to drop a little short, but it's dangerously in there. And a goal! Kerry score right at the very outset, and it's Paul Gainey. Only about 50 seconds were gone when Paul Gainey put Kerry in front, and this is how it came about.
Yeah, Donegal will be very disappointed about that. A turnover in the middle of the field and a good quality counter-attack by Kerry. High ball in. We expected Donaghy to be there, but it wasn't. The smallest Donegal defender against Gainey and skidded it along the ground. That's a wonderful start.
McGlynn eventually playing it forward, but Kerry are back there in number. Young. Again, they launch it in there. Big, huge one. Again, it was Paul Gainey reaching for it. Couldn't against UUJ at the beginning of this year. Once again to Aidan O'Mahony. Where's number 3, but very rarely plays back there. Paul Murphy giving it once again to Mara. Caught that kick out from Paul Durkin that set this up. Kerry now the ones taking it. Finally, Johnny Buckley putting his boot through it. Comes down off the post. Kept alive. Donaghy. Straight over. Kerry's second score. Point by Kieran Donaghy. Alert play by the Kerry inside forward line. Buckley with a long punt there. Came off the post. And Kerry were vigilant.
Yes, much more alert, Kerry, no doubt about it. A simple pass out to Donaghy and just effortlessly put it over the bar. They've settled so well.
Donegal's game to the much more attack-conscious players. This is one Donegal need now, just to settle them down. Reassure the huge Donegal following that's here from just inside the 45-metre line. What a perfect day for football, and he's not going to miss. And
the ball came in. That's very, very well taken by Paul Guinea, right beyond Durkin into the corner.
And very uncertain in the semi-final. Rory Kavanagh. Not programmed to start, but he did well here 3 weeks ago. Finally it goes in here as far as Colin McFadden with the left. Enterprisingly, they're a little unlucky that almost intercepted that time by McNeilish. Held on to by Johnny Buckley and O'Mahony. Swiftly across. High up into the clouds this time, but this one is misdirect. David Moran. Poor ball. This is much better by Donegal. Michael Murphy got a late thump as he played that. Still O'Brien. He's beaten 3 players in the day. Chases after him. Can't get to him. Loose ball, however, that wasn't terribly well. Tries to sell the dummy. Back to McNeilish again. Into it quickly came Leo McClune. 2 men went to him. Big, huge one in. Opportunities presenting. It's Gallagher who was in there.
Donegal Walsh, I think, was in place, but it certainly came off Neil
Gallagher. Murphy has been his captain all the way through that. And in fact, under Jim McGuinness, he's played in 22 championship games and won 19. It's some record. Well, it's a little more than that. It's about 46 or so metres out. Now he'll probably try and aim at the... He's already pointed one. He's looking for another. It's well within his range. Mere kicking practice for a wonderful footballer. Seconds, the outside of the boot. In as far as Donaghy. Catches it beautifully. Thought about laying it off. Goes down.
From a Kerry point of view.
Paul Gainey got the goal in the opening minute. Now a chance to tag on a point here from 13 metres out. Kick. Kerry has a big gap in the middle, and then he just lost his concentration. He was thinking of where the James O'Donoghue rifles it up. Keeper comes out, misses. It's gone wide. The Kavanagh. Very energetic man. Back to McGlynn again. Leo McClune needs to be productive here. 2 men go on him straight away. Needs to get it rid of it, I would imagine.
Very clever that time. He went at Stephen O'Brien, probably not noticed for his tackling, and Aaron.
Long distance from the target. This one just outside the D, and again, same result. He's certainly in form with his freeze. How many possessions has he got so far in the opening 16 minutes? Lacey. Again, there's a whole line of Kerry defenders back. And they struggle so far. His team one behind, early stages. But it's just got to land in and around the square, or near it anyway. Plenty of Kerry players are feigning to kick, then eventually getting in, but a little block on it. Still got a lot on it, however. It's going to be a 45. Showing the resolve and the necessary determination to make it back to the biggest stage of all.
Yeah, I think that came off Frank McGlynn's head.
This is David Moran. Goal and 6 points so far in his career for Kerry. 3 points this year. Going to drop short. Well fielded. Moran looks up, sees James O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue being marked by Neil McGee. Gets by McGee. Dangerous ball in towards Donaghy. 2 against him. He holds on and holds on. Tries to release it. Knew he was going to be caught for overholding. Trying to locate Paul Gainey. Didn't succeed in doing. Morris. Fitzmaurice was here with his college back in the spring, and they came from behind to win the All-Ireland. Michael Murphy taking it. Playing the ball in here as far as Ryan McHugh, and he is bundled over and anywhere. Remember, this is the guy who got 2 goals and 2 points against Dublin in the semi-final.
Well, it was the soft enough free.
Colin McFadden, although as today's match programme correctly calls him, Colin Anthony McFadden, his first point from the free kick. All of Donegal's scores have come from frees. They were from long rangers. Sells a dummy there to Paddy McGrath. Back out as far as James O'Donoghue. Looking for his first shot. Buckley high up into the air. It's going to drop short. Gainey is in there, surrounded by 5 or 6 Donegal backs, helped out by midfielder Neil Gallagher. Maybe not the whole way. Rory Kavanagh trying to break through, succeeding. O'Connor, so very, very near. Derek O'Connor.
In all fairness to the lads, from a very difficult angle, got it to the goalkeeper's legs. The goalkeeper actually got a touch to it. That should have been a 45.
How did he manage to get through? How did Rory? Marr, O'Donoghue again. Now Johnny Buckley. Passes are crisp, quickly delivered. Aidan O'Mahony. Back it comes to Paul Gainey. 45 metres out, decides to have a go. Well taken, Rory Kavanagh. Going past Paul Murphy. This time it's Peter Crowley. Donegal now needs to measure this one. Succeeds in getting it in as far as James O'Donoghue. Crisply delivered in here, dangerously. Another chance, and this time it's gone. Has it gone over? It's gone over the bar. Yes, he's got it. Well, he's managed to get a point out of a goal chance. Right. That's a real let-off for Donegal.
Wonderful piece of fielding. It's the second time Gainey has fielded over Paddy McGrath. Beautiful dummy. At the goal at his mercy, he will be disappointed. Just clears the bar, but that ought to have been in the back of the net. Some wonderful approach play by Kerry.
Clear indication. Had an awful 2013. Missed an awful lot of football. Pursued by Johnny Buckley. Into it comes Colin McFadden. McNeilish. Lovely deception. Still goes after it, boots it, oh, that's over. Beautifully done. It's taken nearly 28 minutes and 20 seconds for Donegal to get their first point from open play, and it comes to Oran McNeilish.
That's a wonderful piece of improvisation by the young door lad. Sold a dummy, lost possession, had the presence of mind just to clip it.
Rounding Crowley. Oh, James O'Donoghue outside the D. And that one has gone to the right. It's flicking it back to Thompson. Very willing player. Back out here as far as Cara Lacey. Footballer of the Year a couple of years ago. And that's a bit more like it by Donegal. And the teams are level. Cara Lacey after conceding a goal after about 50 seconds. And in the end, it was Thompson here who fed it through to the Footballer of the Year 2012. And Cara Lacey duly belted it over. 1-3 to 6 points. Taken inside here once again by Paul Gainey. He's causing a lot of difficulties in there, alongside Kieran Donaghy. Quick distribution. Johnny Buckley. Swiftly back again as far as Gainey. Sonny got a drop inside. Letterkenny. Neil Gallagher. So now Donegal toying with Kerry, it would appear, just holding it up, control. Leo McClune trying to play it back into a congested area intended for McFadden. Bodies falling around there. The challenge for McNeilish on Peter Crowley. Where he goes, Neil McGee follows. O'Brien darting inside with Eamon the last 3 or 4 years. Big kick in the end down there, just to see if there was anything on for Colin McFadden. To pass it back, eventually kicking it himself. Does it carry the distance? It has the distance, but not the...
Looked up, saw the target, didn't drift in far enough from his point of view, but the Kerry team...
5 metres out. Again, trying to seize a gap in here. Finding one. Lacey is just outside. That's not going to count. Teams remain level. Anthony Marr. And it looks like it will be cards. Marr is 6-5. Ireland final with a goal by Paul Gainey inside the opening 60 seconds, and that set the tone. Kerry were strong, came back. They had 3 points from frees from Michael Murphy and another point from a free. At the break, it's Kerry 1-3, Donegal 6 points, and when we come back, Colm, Joe and Kieran will be mulling over the ups and downs of that first half. That's right after this. It's Stephen O'Brien, yeah, and Mikey Gainey, cousin of the goalscorer Paul, the one who has joined the match. Straight away, Oran McNeilish, 1-on-1 there. Aidan O'Mahony just palmed it out as far as Peter Crowley. Immediately, Kerry just go into their in-depth defence once again. The emphasis being on making sure that they can look for the first score of the second half. Inside towards Donaghy. Oh! A boot went down.
Two of them are on him, but the breaking ball, just watch his instinct, and someone unlucky with it.
As you say, Paul Gainey threw a boot at that one.
Yeah, good cover though from the Donegal defence.
Player is McNeilish, and that one has gone away to the right-hand side, and it's a missed opportunity. The
defence is very, very well. It's underpinned by a great work ethic and a very good covering system.
Young, but back to Murphy, follows through brilliantly. Oh, he really is a lavishly gifted player. Fourth point of the match for Michael Murphy. Didn't work the first time, and the ball came back to him, and from a huge distance out, 40 metres from the target, straight between the uprights. Donegal lead for the fight here, coming from Paul Murphy. Curling one in. Oh, that's a wonderful point. Paul Murphy rejected at minor level because he was too small. Big mistake. Well, I suppose to err is human. And just consider one Dick Rowe of the Decca records. He rejected the Beatles way back along with Harris. Anthony Thompson. Flicked on by Murphy, but there's nobody anticipating the break here. Haven't really seen that. How did he get away out of that? That is an amazing shot, which comes down off the post and is away out of danger. Anthony Thompson. Back to Gallagher again. Looking for options, nothing available to him immediately. Now he picks out McNeilish. Having a go. That languid style of his, but it's way. Really tough battle between Gaelic football's top two this year, Kerry and Donegal. Anthony Marr. Change of direction by Murphy easily with the outside of the boot. Inside towards Donaghy, flicks it down. Here's an opportunity for Gainey once again. It's missed.
From dynamic, Gainey has been very perceptive in picking up breaks, but their finishing has let them down badly.
Looking for somebody, I think, to illuminate this game, to produce that spark. Michael Murphy. Away to the right. In quickly. Suddenly there's renewed energy from Donegal. Rory Kavanagh here. Hand passed inside, back out to McFadden, off his left. That's another one. Carr, I think, to come in. Will be coming in presently. In the meantime, Christy Toy, first substitute introduced by Jim McGuinness. McClune. Thompson, back to McClune again. Slips. Opts to kick it himself from the 45-metre line. Never ever looked confident.
There's very little variation to it, and the quality of players that you said on a number of occasions that we expected something from aren't really getting on.
Prayer to introduce for Ryan McHugh. Has that energy and pace to drive it in there towards Murphy, who gets away off his marker, turns around, didn't make the right connection. Under it here, McNeilish, Buckley for Kerry, touches it down. The race won there by Peter Crowley. Bending his back is pulled forward here as far as Gainey. That's Michael Gainey. His cousin waiting inside in the square for a pass if it were to come. Fionn Fitzgerald. That's James O'Donoghue, hasn't scored in the All-Ireland final. Trying to pick out Paul Gainey, but that time the score. James O'Donoghue, Kerry. Good control, holds on. Kieran Donaghy, but he's way out. There's only one man inside near the goal area, and that's Paul Gainey. It's 1 against 3 in there. One Kerry forward, 3 defenders from Donegal. Fionn Fitzgerald. Now Aidan O'Mahony. Playing in his 8th All-Ireland final. Trying to slip it through to Buckley. And he gets it inside Carol Lacey. Buckley gets it back from Donaghy. Looking to try and get the necessary room to kick the ball over the bar. And they've come all the way back to 50 metres out from Donegal's goal area. Murphy's got 1 point already. That's Paul Murphy. The attack is maintained, and Donegal Walsh has the final effort under intense pressure.
But there's so much, both defences are so much on top. The attackers are finding it very difficult.
All-Ireland final in 2014 for the right reasons. Frank McGlynn. And that's Mikey Gainey now having his 2nd shot at the target, and he's way off, and that's 10 wides by Kerry. Really, it's a case of getting the ball into the right, to the shooters essentially.
Very quickly, or else we're just going to...
Outside as far as Donegal. Walsh, and Walsh plants it in the square. Just there with Kerry. Going in along the end line. Young! Take it down outside. Going in, making sure that he got something for Kerry. He got a free kick. He also got a Keane. Kicking from 13 metres and putting it straight over. Simple free kick for him, but it gives Kerry fans a chance to choose. Easy goal for Kerry and for Kieran Donaghy, his 12th in Championship football, and the initiative is firmly now in Kingdom hands, and it's down as far as John Keane. It's the kind of mistake that we'll remember this final for, and in many ways it's symptomatic of what we've been watching.
It sums it up in so many respects, Jared. Mistakes, you know, messy play and all of that, and that was a bad error by Paul Durcan.
David Moran. Little chink here. As Paddy McBrearty, will this be the man who will set up this final for us? He's got a point. Points for so long. Now 2-5 to 8 points. Look at this for a dreadful kick out. Not sure what he was thinking, Paul Durcan, but that is a horrible mistake.
Yeah, but from the word go today, you could see that Kerry have worked in the Donegal kick out. They have stymied it, they have frustrated them, and they have got the dividend.
Killian Young has got possession from Kerry's kick out, and now a 5th All-Ireland winners. Johnny Buckley kicking it in. Huge one. Breaks back out here as far as Frank McGlynn. Neil Gallagher now. In terms of bringing men forward, Martin McElhenney holding, slipping it inside. Again, it's Paddy McBrearty. He's already making a difference. Was it a shame or was it a mistake to leave him off in the first place? He's got a second point. Can he be the one to turn this game around on its head in favour of Donegal? They're now only 2 minutes into the second half.
That's a wonderful response from McBrearty. Twice he got the ball in one-on-one, skinned his marker, put the ball over the bar, but they need to get more.
McGee, and McGee kicks it inside the post and over the bar. Only his 3rd ever championship point, but his first today. The fans on their feet, arms in the air, clapping and saluting, because Donegal have fought back from 4 behind to now be just 1 adrift of Kerry with 15 minutes still remaining. Anthony Marr. That one has gone away to the right hand. Chance of getting a kick away. And Buckley went out right to begin with, but curled back and over.
Well, that's one of the scores of the game, it must be said. Buckley had that little bit of room. More room now is kind of appearing for both teams, but that's a great, confidently kicked score by Buckley.
So Buckley is on his first score at number 18. All-Ireland final. The issue is in doubt. Lovely pass. Beautiful ball by James O'Donoghue to Barry John Keane, and he takes a tumble. Scored today, but who made that wonderful score possible? Maybe the next score.
Beautifully threaded ball through to Barry John Keane that time. Okay.
This season. That's a second pointed free by Barry John Keane, and it keeps Kerry in front by 3 points.
Players aren't really anticipating that.
Well, the target usually is again inside to McBrearty. He's causing major problems now. His new marker, of course, Shane Enright. Well blocked! What a brilliant piece of blocking that time. I think it's been a James O'Donoghue. A possible Donegal point at one end was stymied because of a great block. McBrearty cracks one this time, which is having a go himself inside towards Donaghy. Donaghy turns and Donaghy fists it over the bar. He's got a goal and 2 points, Kieran Donaghy. Star, and it's Kerry by 4 points.
Yeah, the old dogs for the hard roll. Mahoney, good cross. Strength of Donaghy holding his defender off and takes a very good score. But it all came as a
big one in. McBrearty, he's popping up everywhere and anywhere. He's now suddenly the dominant figure in the attack, and as I say so, he hits this one poorly. Declan O'Sullivan. Gainey again, that's Mikey Gainey. It's a good ball by Gainey. Across as far as Marr. He's going for glory. He didn't need to do that. Donegal in possession. McBrearty once again. McGlynn. First chance here for Dermot Malloy. Can he work the oracle? He can with this particular shot. He puts it over. His first touch. And now there's only 3 points or a goal between these sides.
Yeah, they need to get every score, convert every opportunity they got. That's a very confidently taken score. But again,
Murphy has it for Donegal and ready to take it back. beautifully inside as far as Gallagher, being urged to go, inside to McBrearty, turn back to Gallagher. They need to get a score out of this. Back as far as Christy Toy, on his left, it's got a curl in, it's on its way, and it's over the bar. Toy's first point of the match. It's a 2-point get.
Wonderfully worked score again, patient work. Gallagher realised maybe he wasn't in a good position to take the score, but Toy has had a stormer today as far as I'm concerned.
Chance now to do something productive with this. Back to a seemingly limping James O'Donoghue, and then he takes off, wriggles his way around. Back it comes to Murphy again, fed in as far as Johnny Buckley, and now back to the conductor of the orchestra, James O'Donoghue. They're going very short. They're looking for options. In as far as Johnny Buckley, referee allows an advantage, hand raised. James O'Donoghue tagged back then, and the referee now brings the ball back. Really is the critical score of the second half. Brian Sheehan moving beautifully and over the bar. Brought Aidan O'Mahony. Controlled by Brian Sheehan again. Almost into the red in terms of his ball retention, his vision is all through the year, but unfortunately that injury he sustained in the club semi-final in Port. Watching his colleagues, watching his pals, lord it over Donegal with just a few seconds now remaining as Brian Sheehan kicks it in. It's gone wide, but there's Christy Troy across as far as Frank Fuglin. Malloy back in as far as Christy Toy. Only a goal will save them. Murphy trying to go in. Still Michael Murphy. In he goes. McBrearty stuck on the line. Almost there. Still it's down there, and the referee sees that there was a boot coming in there on the defender. Shane Enright went down for it, but the goalkeeper made a save, and it could easily have ended up in the back of the Kerry net that time. Last opportunity falling to Donegal, and they so very nearly availed of it.
Yeah, just let's watch this again. Your Murphy comes through 2 or 3 tackles there, just drives his body through. Quick pass it is to McBrearty. Deflected shot is parried, and McFadden most unlucky not to have got that into the net, but then it is a definite.
What a day it's been! Kerry have won the All-Ireland. A remarkable achievement for Eamon Fitzmaurice and his squad. The fans overjoyed. Victory today over Donegal, who've been so ably led once again this year by Jim McGuinness. But it's celebration time for Kerry. The Munster champions. What a day for Eamon Fitzmaurice, who looks the calmest man of the lot in Croke Park. Kieran Donaghy goes out to celebrate. It's 5 years since the county's last success at this level. Well, the tune, I think, can now be renamed, because